Hamilton County Commission President Alicia Reece, and I'm the founder of the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. Yeah, looking back, I really can't believe it's been a year when, looking back to April 26th, when I stepped out on faith to announce that we need a Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. I was at a different press conference and Otis Williams and the Charms. I had this idea, but I thought, I just got elected as a county commissioner. I'm trying to get this 513 relief bus done. So God, I need to get everything in line and maybe do it my second or third year. But that's not how God works. When he calls you for the assignment, you have to move. And so how I knew it was an assignment was we were at this other press conference, and Otis Williams of the Charms, he was on a walker, and his health was not doing very well. And he came up to me and he pointed at the he pointed at the Andrew Brady Center. So Otis Williams pointed at the Andrew Brady Center. It was called the Icon at that time. And he calls me Lisa. Lisa, when will we be recognized? And I already had this idea a long time, a while ago. I didn't know how or when or where. When I was the deputy director of tourism, working for the governor, and I had to promote the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I kept saying, that's great, but gosh, we got some people down where we are. But I kind of put it away because the idea was just so big and I knew it would take a lot of work and I didn't know where I would start. So I tucked it away. But then when he said what he said, the light bulb came off, and then he had a tear come down. And I said, okay, God, I got it, okay? I get it. Because I didn't want something to happen to him. And I look back and say I didn't try to make that move. So April 26th, the day after my birthday, I got a little flyer from Kinko's made by office, telling them to make it with some African-American musicians from this area. And I had a press conference saying that we need a Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. So where the Walk of Fame is now, it was nothing but rocks. It was a corner of rocks. It's a half an acre. But that's when all of the learning, the challenges, sometimes we had to stand up against certain things, but everything that I had learned from being in tourism, being on the finance committee at the state, understanding financing of tourism projects, and my creativity and all that just kind of came together. So it was 2001 April, we announced we need one. But now you got to try to get one. So I spent from April to July of that year trying to convince people, trying to convince my colleagues, convince other people, convince Procter & Gamble, other folks. I gave a lot of people tours. I researched a lot. I learned a lot about the Ohio banks, what we call the banks. And what I learned was that slaves swam across, but I didn't know they were at that location. And they lived there, and it was called Bucktown, right across the street. And then they were ran out. They let them stay there because it was land that was considered bad land. It's in the floodplain. But when they discovered that we can build garages, and on top of those garages, we can build what's now called Paycor Stadium, NFL Stadium. We can build a Great American Ballpark where the Reds play. We could build restaurants, everything on top of garages that the county had invested a lot of money, almost $1 billion in building these garages. So anyway, our ancestors were moved off of there and moved into the West End. So for me, it just became even more for me to, one, learn more about the history, two, understand the real estate. That's the most prime piece of real estate in Hamilton County because it's on the Ohio River. Learn about, it's 198 acres, the Ohio banks, and our property is only a half an acre. Understand the investment that we've made down there. One tailgating space the county purchased for $30 million. The Walk of Fame, all the stuff on top, it's only $8.5 million. So I started really learning and researching and understanding. But we got it passed unanimously July 1st of 2021, but the bids didn't go out until January of 2022. And then we had a grand opening in 23. There's no way but for God to be able to go and have something that goes from rocks to interactive technology, state of the art. There's no blueprint. We couldn't go anywhere else because no one else has it like this. People have Walk of Fames. They're just, Hollywood, you get a star. By the way, Hollywood charges you $75,000 to get a star, but you get a star and it's just on a walkway. We're telling a story. We have a technology park. We have a monument celebrating Black music artists from the Ohio area. So when you go in there, it tells a story. I'm excited because last year, finally, what was in my head, people could see, so they didn't think I was, crazy anymore. But what gave me the strength to do it was obviously my faith in God. But also, my father made me read Walt Disney World book when I was in junior high school. And I kept saying, well, why won't you take me to Disney World? I don't need a book. But he wanted me to see the process, how Walt Disney was able to take something that was nothing, it was swampland, etc., and then turn it into Disney World. So then I figured if he could do that, I could take these rocks and turn it into a Walk of Fame. So it is exciting to see that going from the beginning, and the challenge is we got to get the deed, and we've got to convince my colleagues to get the votes, and we've got to get the funding for the technology portion. We have to have a charrette. I have to walk into a meeting and they say, what is your vision? And I tell them, bring me Disney World, but on a budget, and then stay up all night, sleepless nights, researching augmented reality. All of the songs have to be licensed, and what songs are going in. I wanted music all the way through. I want people who might have a bad day to go down there and say, oh man, this picked me up because of the music. I want grandma and the grandkids can go at the same time and enjoy it, because the grandkids want the technology. Grandma might want to read and hit a button and hear the music. So I wanted to have all those components. I wanted hip hop in there. Okay, make your own beats. So we have a whole beat area that is curated by High Tech. I wanted people to say, I always wanted to perform with Boosie Collins. You got your chance. Go in there and perform through augmented reality. It's the only outdoor augmented reality in a monument or museum to date. And then Penny Ford, you could come in and dance with her. But then you also can read and learn QR codes. You want more information, you can sit down. We have your own Netflix style area where you could hear directly about these artists. And so was able to go over lots of hoops, because there's so many steps you have to do for the county to even consider it. And then to convince my colleagues to go for it. And then they told me, the administration said, we have to have the stars privately funded. Now I got that news 24 hours before the vote. Stepped out on faith, and I really want to thank Damon Jones. I didn't really know Damon. We knew of each other, but to step out on faith, and Damon went down, saw we had rocks. I said, can't you see it? He was like, what am I supposed to be saying? I said, the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. And I thank God that he stepped out and said that Procter & Gamble would sponsor the first stars. And I was just looking to get, 1 year stars, 4 stars, 1 year stars. And he said, no, we want it to be sustainable. So he sponsored the first 3 years. And then the next 3 years. And then the event that we have. I wanted to have an event that was free and open to the public. People said, oh no, you should make it $1,000 a plate. I said, no, too many people are left out. So we put on a quality first class event where the public can come in and put on their white outfits and walk the red carpet, and we have entertainment in there, and everything is free, but everybody's treated first class. And we even have a free concert. So that's what we started, and I couldn't have done it without Damon Jones stepping up with Procter & Gamble, because you can't have a Walk of Fame without stars. So that's what brought in the public-private partnership. And And so we're excited about our 1-year birthday celebration to celebrate 1 year of being here, celebrate the journey of how we got here, and celebrate the culture that is now a permanent fixture in Hamilton County, in downtown Cincinnati, on the banks. It doesn't pack up. It's not just a weekend and we pack up and leave. We're there for everything. When the Bengals play, we're there. The Reds play, we're there. There's a concert of Andrew Brady, we're there. You just want to come downtown, we're there. And we're open every day from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and it's completely free. We've got automated light show that comes on every night at 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. So we have all this going on with technology, augmented reality. Everything is automated, it's state of the art, and it's completely free for people to come in and be entertained, but also be educated. So we call it edutainment. So I'm very excited about what we've done, and we've done it in a permanent way, 365 days. But we'll be celebrating Saturday, July 27th, and we'll be celebrating the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame and all of the accomplishments. I want to also say to keep it going. People say, how are you going to keep this going? How are you going to finance it? The great thing about it, it's going to continue to go and be financed through the hotel motel tax. So those are out of town people that come in. The Music Fest every year has brought in over $107 million in economic impact. For hotel stays, that's the highest rates every year for hotels. The county, we get residuals from the hotel. And so last year, just in 1 year, $9.6 million was brought in through hotel motel tax. So we're only taking a very small portion, $1 million to keep it going, and we still have $8.6 million to fund other things. But what has happened in the past is that we brought in money from African American consumers who come from out of town, hotel motel tax, sales tax, and the county and others have put it in a fund to fund everything else, but never reinvest back into the Black community. Well, that changes now with the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. It's self-funded. With just one weekend can self-fund it for an entire year. So very excited about it. A reinvestment into the culture and a way for people to have what I call edutainment. And we're going to celebrate the 1 year this year with our new inductees.